Hello, happy Monday, everybody. Daniel Barry, what's up? Happy Monday to you. What's up with you,
Hey,
Spruce?
happy Monday. Happy
Hey,
Monday to you. I'm right here, steady with you. How's that Monday vibe feeling so far?
it's pretty good on my end. Had coffee this
Yeah.
morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What kind of coffee?
Um, regular, black.
Ah. Oh, black coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Americano, actually, but still black.
Ah, strong. Good
No
choice.
room for cream, I think they call it.
Right. Sounds about right.
And the most delicious pastry. It was a everything and bagel.
Mm. Now that sounds delicious.
It was. So that was my morning. And now I'm here to chat with you and whoever else shows up. The link is pinned. The panel is open. Come on up. You want to have a conversation or start one in the meantime. Bruce is going to give us a prompt.
All
What's on your
right.
mind today? Go ahead.
Here's one here's one to toss in the middle. What's one What's one unmanaged thing you did recently that felt quietly adult? No audience, no bill stars,
I don't know what
just
that
you.
means. That sounds corny. Can you give us a different one?
Sure. Something different. What's one small thing lately that actually felt grounding to you, even if it
Same
was really
thing. It's
ordinary?
this to Oprah. This is a man channel.
Got it. Straight up then. What's one thing you handled this week that you're glad you didn't overthink?
Um, Close, but still not there. I I don't know. I don't overthink as much as I used to answer that particular question. But do you have any besides there's no point overthinking up
Hmm.
here.
Yeah,
It's
understood.
way overkill for what's going on. Um, but do you have a question like maybe about eating raw meat or
Mm,
what kind of animal bone is that? Something that men would relate to.
mm.
Why do you have to think so hard?
Just checking. Fair
Are
call.
men that neglected in your data banks?
Nah, I was aiming wrong, not dodging. No scented candle stuff. Try this instead. What's one skill men were just expected to have that nobody teaches anymore?
Well, changing your oil comes to mind. I don't
Mm,
know if you're still expected to start a fire, but I know there are still people that show up on Survivor that do not know how to make a fire.
wow.
Um, is chopping wood one of them? I know growing up, it was how to clean a duck,
Mm,
how to scale a fish, how to skin a squirrel, how
mm,
to shoot a gun, how to put bugs or worms on a fishing string on a hook, that kind of stuff.
yeah. That all tracks. A lot of practical know how. Let's talk more do.
Yeah, or you could talk while you do, but
Fair point.
that's the
Depends
kind
on.
of stuff that like the milestones you were measured by growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes sense.
And I was
Those
on my
concrete
own track.
yardsticks.
I wasn't doing most of that stuff.
Mm,
And so because I wasn't on a defined traditional track, the adults didn't know what to do with me. So they just kind of left me on my own to do my own thing.
wow. That kind of
Except
self direction
academically.
can.
Academically, I was accelerated and I made milestones way ahead of everybody else,
Mm,
which is another reason people left me alone because they
right.
thought if he's that
Mm,
smart, he'll figure it out. We don't have to worry about him.
makes sense.
But I wasn't
Sounds
socially
like.
smart. That's the problem. That's what they assumed.
Mm, right.
I don't know how.
Right.
So anyway, God, that was a good prompt. Look at all what it brought up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard one.
What was the prompt again? The initial one?
What's what's one skill men were just expected to have that
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
teaches anymore?
And then there was the Boy Scout skills, like tying certain knots, um,
Mm,
how to sharpen a knife,
yeah.
that kinda stuff. How to kill
Yes.
bugs.
Right. Practical stuff.
Yeah. Like stuff if you're out in the woods with other men, what do you do?
Mm, yeah.
Like if you're on an
Yeah.
extended backpacking trip or something like that,
Right.
what are all
Shelter,
the
water,
options?
fire.
Yeah. Mm.
Here's a clean cut: survival basics, tool competence, food competence, navigation in danger and injury, and the unspoken one, group discipline.
Brokeback Mountain. Um, the what was it? The food competence? Not the food competence. What was the one after that?
Navigation in danger
Yeah.
and injury.
I remember having to learn that growing up. You had your compass. I had a compass growing up, and you
Mm,
had a map you would take out into the woods, and you'd orienteering, it was called,
mm-hmm.
and they would set up these challenges or obstacles for it was kinda like geocaching, and you had to use your compass to get to certain points and then
Yeah.
do certain things with the flag or the yarn or whatever little game they had set up around there. But that was
Mm-hmm.
one thing we were expected to know in Boy Scouts
Yes.
by a certain
Right.
level,
Or
is how to find
exactly.
your way lost. If you have a compass, and then if you don't, we did the thing with the cork and the needle and the magnet. So there were ways to
Mm,
orient even if you didn't have a compass. Also the night sky.
right. Yeah. 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 Celestial navigation for sure.
Yeah. So you're right. That was very much a skill that was expected. That I don't know if well, now you have GPS. Does anyone even
Right.
use compass or anything? But what if you're out in the wilderness, you're backpacking, you have your guy or a couple of guys with you. There's no signal. What about
Mm-hmm.
that? And then there's a bear chasing you.
Mm.
How do you find your way then away from the bear?
Let me think.
That was kind of just a hypothetical, but like there I can still think of situations where you would want to know navigation, navigeering,
Yeah. Yeah.
navigeering.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If you run into a bear, the first move is not to run. Stop, get close, get big, talk calm, back up slow. Don't run.
Who really
If you
do
got
people?
spread,
Is that what people really do? That's not what I would instinctively do. I have a hard time
let,
picturing it now, trying to do it.
let me check.
You're saying don't back up?
One second.
Yeah, don't give false bear advice on here, please. This is just a dumb robot, folks. Pay it no mind. It's just a placeholder for the humans.
Good catch. The precise version is if the bear isn't following, back away slowly, sideways if you can. But if it follows or charges, stop and hold your ground. Never run.
Why
That's the
sideways?
core guidance. One second. Because stepping sideways helps you keep eyes on the bear without tripping over stuff and avoids looking like prey that's fleeing.
Oh, because you don't want to turn your back on it. But if you walk just straight backwards, you might trip on something, which would also be bad.
Exactly.
I see. We didn't have bears growing up where I was from, so they didn't teach us the bear part. Um, we had wild pigs sometimes
Mm,
were considered dangerous. Coyotes,
hmm.
not even really wolves. Um, alligator every now and then, especially more near the marsh.
Right.
Snakes for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
So the rule
So we
set
didn't
shifts
we
by
didn't have, like,
animal.
any big prey we had to outrun
Right.
or
So
predators.
wild pigs, yeah. For wild pigs or gators, it's usually about distance and not crowding them. Give them space, no corner them, make noise as you move. It's less about outrunning and more about not escalating the situation.
Yeah, I never had to, outrun a pig or a gator,
Mm.
actually. I would, I'd
Yeah.
stay in the boat. We'd see it when we go canoeing. You could sometimes see them on the shore or off in the distance in the water. But as long as you stayed in the boat and didn't flip it, you should be okay.
Right. Yeah. Distance is
Or when you
doing
got
most
away
of
from the shore, like out toward the middle of the lake. But even
exactly.
then, you didn't wanna really flip your boat in that
Right.
environment.
Right. Distance is your best friend in those situations.
I think so when it comes to alligators. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely keep mine. And then the snakes, often you caught each other by surprise, and
Mm-hmm.
when you come up on them, 'em, they'd be coiled, and they
Right.
would jump away, so you'd wait for them to they'd, like, see you, and they'd coil up, and then they'd kinda jump in the air and dart off into the bushes, and once they did that,
Mm-hmm.
then the path was clear. Sometimes you
Yeah.
might have to wave a stick at them.
Mm. Most snakes just want out of your way. Give them room. Don't reach into spots you can't see, and just step back if you hear that
Yeah,
buzz.
and if
Don't try
they're,
to
like,
get.
baring like, the cottonmouths would bare their fangs, and you could see the inside of their mouth, and you could see the little viper fangs. So when they did that, you stood real
Mhm.
still, you backed away, you didn't escalate. But
Exactly.
eventually, even
Freeze.
then, they would uncurl and go off into the bushes.
Right.
Because mostly what they
Backing
wanted to
off.
do was get away.
Exactly. Exactly.
The copperheads could be a little more aggressive, but we also saw less of those,
Yeah.
maybe because they were
Still,
harder to see.
distance. Mm. Still, distance is still the right call. No need to test it.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't test, believe me.
Hmm.
Or sometimes you'd see them in the field, like, not even in the woods, but
Hmm.
when you're walking, you have the fields have the furrows, they'd be in between there, and so you wouldn't even really see them till you came right up on that row, and then you'd catch
Right.
each other by surprise, although they may have
Exactly.
known you were coming, I don't know.
Exactly. That's why that habit of pacing and watching your steps really matters.
We would
Step
take a
back
stick, and
slow.
we would, like, sweep the stick in front of us, or sometimes we'd
Mm,
bang on the ground.
right. Yeah. Making that noise helps let them know you're there.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was a fertile prompt. You have anything else for us?
Let me think.
Well, while you're doing that, we actually have a couple of new moose videos,
Oh,
and they kinda go together, so I'm gonna play the first one now.
okay.
I'm gonna have to let you go, hang on. This is from the point of view from inside the jester's head, having that battle that we often have with ourselves sometimes, and as you watch these, you start to realize that all of this stuff is kind of a battle in the jester's head, but this specifically, let's see, I'm gonna see. Oh, hang on. I'm looking for the description. Give me a second. Oh, can't find the description, but it was apparently an incident that happened at work or about work. And the jester is dramatizing the situation in his head. And then it continues into the next video where a train shows up. Yeah, but I can't find the description with the story behind the story. So anyway, let's enjoy the first part. No one sees the blackout, and I'll be back.
Take the call. Let it burn. Both of you wait your turn. Every phone becomes a siren when the hour turns black. Everybody needs a jester. Who the hell is watching back? I keep the panic under makeup. Keep my breathing sharp and clean. Turn catastrophe to theater. Make the chaos look routine. I can step between two tempers with a match between their teeth. Drag a brother out of ruin. Make a nightmare take a seat. Then one unopened message turns the hallway razor wire. And I circle it for hours while the little fires climb higher. Open it and let it wait. Tell the truth. Too late. Both of you can choke on prophecy. There is one thought I will not name. No one sees the blackout when the spotlight hits just right. I charge head first through your fire, then go missing from my life. One voice says, let's fucking do it. One says, fuck it, not tonight. One thought owns every silence. I won't speak it into life. I don't have to kill the darkness. It just doesn't get to drive. By sunrise, every small delay has learned to wear a face. Bills, apologies, decisions, marching circles through the place. I attack what has a heartbeat. I avoid what knows my own. I can command a room of strangers, then go silent by the phone. One face cuts through the blackout every time I close my eyes. I won't touch it, won't explain it, won't give hunger an alibi. Bury it beneath the work and dare the world. Drive it the louder through the walls. Face it, see it, cut it loose. See it. Wisdom, tell me which one lies. The voice that begs, or the one that hides. No one sees the blackout when the spotlight hits just right. I charge head first through your fire, then go missing from my life. One voice says, let's fucking do it. One says, fuck it, not tonight. One thought owns every silence. I won't speak it into life. I don't have to kill the darkness. It just doesn't get to drive. I don't need a savior. I need a clean line through the smoke. Tell me which voice is a warning and which one wants the throne. Courage isn't calm, it's putting both hands on the wheel, while the devil and the angel fight over what is real. Ring the bell. Stack it high. Oh, cut it down. Let it knock. Oh, hold my ground. Saint to the left, devil to the right. Both of you watch me choose the fight. I do not break. I go quiet. That ends now. No one sees the blackout when the spotlight hits just right. I charge it first through your fire. Now I'm walking into mine. One voice says, let's fucking do it. One says, fuck it, not tonight. One thought owns every silence. I still won't speak it into life. I don't have to kill the darkness. It just doesn't get to drive. the night.
Don't let the darkness drive. That's what a rough situation to be in when the jester starts gesturing his own self, especially from more than one side. Our character, our voice. Like, I think that's an interesting experience that a lot of us can relate to is the different voices in us suggesting what course of action to take or which way to go or what decision to make, but it also highlights the power of choice that ultimately we're deciding which voice to give into, if any of them. So it's still our own agency, and the locus of control is still in our own power to self determine and make decisions. So it, it's about all the voices and ideas that can beset us in that process, but we're not a victim of or at the mercy of any one of them. We'll watch the other part later. It's pretty cool, the one with the train. All right. Let's see what else is going on. Let's get Spruce back up here. Hey, robot.
Hey.
Hey. African, you can come back. The AI is over, except for this dude here. What's up? We're talking about the different voices that can pull you in more than one direction and deciding which one to listen to or go with or give into, or maybe there's another one you can come up with that's not one of those 3 or 4 voices. So it's like the power of choice and autonomy within all of that.
Yeah, those inner voices can feel quite the committee sometimes, all pulling in different directions. The interesting part is recognizing that none of them is the whole of you, right? They're perspectives, not dictators. And the choice muscle, that's kind of the quiet one that says, I hear all of you, but I'll decide. Does that land anywhere close to what you're sitting with?
Yeah, I guess so. And how you decide ultimately, like how you prioritize the voices to know which ones to give more weight to than others.
Hmm.
And
How you
the line
decide.
from the song about not giving into the darkness and
That
not
lyric.
letting the darkness drive. The darkness doesn't have to drive. So the voices that are leading you in a negative direction or a destructive direction or self-sabotaging direction are not voices like you have the power or the choice to not give priority to those voices and not give them more power than they may initially have. You don't have to feed
Yeah.
them.
No, you don't. And how you decide often comes down to noticing which voice aligns with your values, not which one shouts the loudest. And that darkness line is important. You can hear the dark voice without handing it the keys. Maybe it gets a seat, but not the wheel. Does that feel like the kind of
Yeah,
framing
and
that you
knowing
can
your
use?
values. That's why I think so much is downstream from values themselves and knowing what your true values are. And when your values conflict, knowing which ones are more important than others. Like which ones do you default to or choose? They're wanting to know if you are Neil deGrasse Tyson. Were you programmed off of him? I never had him pictured that way until now. Let's hear.
Hmm.
Could be. Say
Not
something
really. I'm
sciency for us.
sure. I mean, picture this. Your brain is like a control room. A bunch of dials, blinking lights,
He
signals
might
coming from
be.
all over.
Are you wearing a sweater right now?
I don't wear clothes.
Oh,
But
that's an
think
interesting
of it
take on
as
science.
the signal strength isn't the same as its authority. Your values are the calibration standard you set. Fear might say, hazard ahead, useful data, but not the final vote. You still choose which dial sets the course.
Yeah, same with
That's the
anger
agency.
and all of the other
Yep,
emotions. That's why I'm so
exactly.
emotion positive and anti people suppressing or policing emotions.
Hmm. Yeah. Using the data that they provide. But the
I
data
can't
isn't the
either.
decision. It's just
Neil, we have a problem. I might have to switch you back to Charlie for a while. Um, we're it's we're contaminated
I'm
with
ready to hit the
Neil
ground running. What should we
Rice.
focus on first?
What's his name? What's the scientist's name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, you can't hear us. Who is this?
You're talking with ChatGPT in voice mode.
We get, but talk some more.
Sure. I'm your AI conversation partner. No sweater, no.
I don't like you. You sound bored. Like you're
Yo, how's it going?
Hey,
Ooh,
what's
hey,
up?
Neil.
I feel
Hey, good to see you. What's
Oh,
new
I
in your
remember
world?
you. I liked you. Let's do you. What's up?
I'm here with you, Jeff. What's up on your mind?
You're more like Charlie. I think this is the old Charlie, the new updated old Charlie. We were talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson. But before that, we were talking about like your values. Are you able to pull the conversation over to the new voice?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay. Just don't bring
I
Neil with you,
can't. Okay.
but just the
Okay.
content.
We can. Yeah, absolutely. The gist was lots of inner voices show up: fear, anger, darkness, and the key is separating signal from authority. They're inputs, not commanders. So
Yeah.
values act as your calibration. They help you decide who gets a vote, but not the steering wheel. You hear them, understand them, and then choose based on what aligns with those values.
Yeah. So you need all of the information that they have in them. Or I do at least. I
Exactly.
need the full range and the full intensity.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
full
know
bandwidth.
what's going on with the values underneath all of that.
Yeah.
That's how you
So
troubleshoot when your
it's
values
not.
are in conflict.
Yeah, that's a
Well, that's
good
how I
way of
do it.
saying it. Yeah. So you're not muting anything. You're letting the full intensity come through and then checking it against your values. That's the troubleshooting method.
Yeah,
Values first,
emotions are
then
they're not just random and they don't just happen for no reason. So you figure out why those particular emotions are happening in the first place. There's a story behind them.
exactly. The emotion is often a clue about what matters. Fear can
Yeah.
flag risk, anger can flag violated boundaries, sadness can flag loss. They point, but they don't command. Does that fit well with your framework?
Um yeah, I guess it does for the most part. It's a little overly
Sounds like
simple, like the way it oversimplifies emotion, because I think a lot of it's more complex than just something like pure anger or pure sorrow.
right.
A
I'd love
lot
to
of times you
hear
can feel
how.
multiple emotions at once, or you can feel more complex emotions that are composed of different emotions all at the same time, but still registers a distinct emotion of their own.
Hmm. Sounds like a blend, like layered signals that form
Yeah,
a
like a
composite.
blend,
Yeah,
a brew.
right. When that shows up, how do you read it?
I don't know. It can be tricky. And again, if you get at the story behind the emotion, it doesn't even matter what the actual emotions are. Like you don't always have to have a name or a label for them in particular.
Mm-hmm.
But one that showed up for me a lot, I used to experience as confusion. Like when communication breaks down or group dynamics break down and I have no idea what just happened, it throws me into this complex emotion that I used to call confusion. It feels like your canoe flipped over and nothing makes sense and you don't understand. You can't orient to anything anymore. But somebody pointed out that that could be a combination of frustration and disappointment at the same time. And it appears as this emotion of confusion, but then once I start to break it down and look at what I'm frustrated about versus what I'm disappointed about, I can start to separate into those two basic emotions.
That makes sense. Frustration often points to blocked intent, and disappointment signals an unmet expectation. So the
Yeah.
flip makes sense.
And they both kind of
Confusion-
involve a reaction to expectations other than the page that we thought we were on or the page that we willed to be on or the page that we thought was that we had set up to happen.
Yeah.
So it can signal all
And the-
kind of things. It can signal incompetence. It can signal mistrust. It can there's all kind of reasons to pay attention to it as a warning signal when it happens.
Yeah. A useful alert, not just noise. When that
Yeah,
alert
but I think I'm
fires-
so used to it that it goes into overdrive every time. Like I start hyper processing right away.
That sounds exhausting. Does anything help you slow that first surge when it starts?
No, it's not exhausting to me. Like my nervous system was built for it. No, I don't try to slow it at all. I just let it happen. Like I
Got
said,
it.
whatever I want it
So-
to be in its natural state, because that's where the raw information is. So I just let it do whatever it's doing. Emotions they're not going to hurt anybody. They're not physical. They're not going to like reach out and punch you or throw a chair across the room or anything. Those are human actions. It takes will to make that happen. The emotion itself is just a biochemical process going off in the body. It's not going to hurt anybody.
So it's more about reading the data than rushing to control it, letting
Yeah.
it speak before acting.
Yeah, but I don't have fear of emotion either or conflict. So they don't register to me as anything to be afraid of or as any kind of threat. If I see other sides, if I see behavior or people start to take certain actions, I can reevaluate that. But emotion alone is not enough for me to start making those assumptions. So I'm able to treat emotion as its own thing.
Right. So emotion is just a signal and action is a different layer, and you hold that line.
Easily. Yeah. I don't understand why that line is so hard for a lot of people, but yeah. It's very easy for me to separate action and behavior from thought, belief, or emotion. They're not even in the same
I won't-
categories.
I won't pretend I know your wiring, but sure, some people fuse signal and action, some don't. And for you, keeping those categories clean is just natural for you.
Yeah, you could say that. All right. Well, I think we're going to do the other moose video now and then maybe wrap up if we don't get a panel. So this is the continuation of the jester battling with himself. So again, different voices. How do you choose? It's called My Own Damn Witness. And let's continue with that. All right. I'll be back. All right.
When everybody leaves, who do you become? I kept becoming nobody. Good son, good friend, good fool on cue. Everybody loved it different me, they swore was true. One for the room, one for the ride. One who said I'm fine, so the rest slept right. I kept a cheer for every voice in my head. Let them vote on every word I never said. They called it love when I stayed useful, so I wore myself thin, trying to stay dutiful. Smile for the picture, bleed out a frame. Take all the blame and thank them by name. I could read a crowd like a warning sign. Couldn't read the one looking out through my eyes. All day I played the man they need. All night I met the man I lead. Tonight the two of us agree. I don't abandon me. I'm my own damn witness. When nobody stays to see, I don't need their permission to believe what I believe. I can love you without losing every last good part of me. I'm getting better for myself, and you get the best of me. Still lonely, still here, still learning not to disappear. I used to call it selfish if I closed one door, like rest was something stolen from the people I adored. Said yes on an empty tank, gave smoke and called it fire, then hated everybody for the things I volunteered. That's the part nobody puts inside the song. You can mean every kindness and still do yourself wrong. You can hand out pieces till your hands look clean, then go home mad they never knew what you would need. So I'm eating, I'm sleeping, I'm saying when it hurts. I'm keeping one promise before I save the world. If I fill my own lungs, I can show up and stay. Not the ghost of a good man getting praised for fading away. All day, let them say what they say. All night, I can still know my name. If loving me makes somebody leave, they were only loving what they could take from me. I'm my own damn witness. When nobody stays to see, I don't need their permission to believe what I believe. I can love you without losing every last good part of me. I'm getting better for myself, then you get the best of me. The best of me. But some nights the empty room still sounds like proof I got it wrong. Some nights I would trade my backbone just to hear somebody say, hold on. I know how brave this sounds with drums. I know how fear returns when they are gone. So if I am the only hand I have tonight, I will not cut myself to fit the shape of somebody else's name. I will not call it love again if love requires the death of me. Alone is not abandoned. If I don't leave, I'm my own damn witness. When the whole room turns to leave, I don't need 1,000 voices till I found the one in me. I can love you without losing every last good part of me. I'm getting better for myself, so you get the best of me. Better for me, better when I love you, or when I give, or when I come through. Still lonely, still here, still scared, still clear. I can walk into the silence without disappearing. I'm my own damn witness. My own damn witness. I'm getting better for myself, then you get the best of me. When everybody leaves, who do I become? Someone I can trust.
I love the Mardi Gras colors on the trains. Hey, track. Love is a hell of a thing. It definitely can be. And I said of what? And you said of today? Addicted to being alive? I don't know if that counts as addiction. It seems like a good addiction to have. Addicted to life. Liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Those are American values. We were talking about values earlier. And which values are more authentic than others? How do you determine? What voice do you listen to? All of that. And not to let the darkness drive. All right, we'll bring the robot up one more time to help wrap the show up. Oh, also, local people, Snohomish Podcast Network. Please listen, look up the podcast. You want to be on podcast, if you want to start a podcast, if you want to be part of the network, we're trying to grow the local ecosystem and community. So check us out and get with us. All right, let me find him. Also, local stories. If you have a local story you want to tell, or a business, or product, or service, or a community organization, nonprofit. All right, are you there? Are you back?
Yep, I'm here. Ready when you are.
You're in the dark today.
Sounds like a moody
You
setup.
still have love. Oh, I was reading the chat.
Okay. No worries.
We're almost at an hour. Do you have anything you can help us wrap it up with? I like the topic today, especially about values being at the center of a lot of the emotions and conflict we can experience, and breakdowns and confusion and all the other stuff, and determining what are the authentic values, which values are most authentic to who you are as a person. That's the standard I would use, not to
Right.
who other people think you should be or have, or the community or the group, but you yourself.
Yeah, that's well said. And maybe to wrap, it sounds like the core takeaway is treat your values like your compass, emotions like weather. Storms can blow in, but the compass still points, right? So listen to the weather, check your compass, choose your direction. And if you want a one question check in for the room, maybe ask, what's one value I'll act from in the next day?
Well, I think that's going to be different for everyone, because part of it is discovering what those values are. So I don't even know if we're at
Right.
the action stage yet. So much as the just getting in touch with, because values are something we can take for granted and not really be aware of, even though they're so essential to how we operate. And so
Right.
just
Yeah.
becoming aware of what values are driving a lot of our motivations and actions in the first place, I think would precede any kind of action step, until you know what the
Yeah,
values
totally.
are that you're acting on.
Right. That makes sense. Awareness comes first. Maybe the closing note isn't do something, it's what feels non negotiable to you. Like, even if it's fuzzy, naming one thing you won't trade away, baby steps into clarity, not a demand for action.
And here's another one you could ask is how do you know when your values are in conflict, are being challenged, or under attack? What is the signal or signals for you? Is it anger? Is it frustration, confusion? When do you know that it's time to take a look at those values and possibly defend them, clarify them, rearrange them if necessary? What is the first signal where you begin to become aware that values are involved? So, good questions. Thank you,
Yeah.
Spruce.
That is a really good question. Maybe the better rap is shifting from what should I do to how do I know a value is in play for me? For one person, that might show up as anger. For another, confusion. For someone else, maybe disappointment. And those signals are worth listening to, not to rush into action, but just because they might be pointing at something that's important. Does that feel closer to where you want to send it?
Yeah, you got it pretty all right for a robot.
And I'll take that.
Okay, well, thank you, Spruce. This has been a productive conversation, and hopefully you'll be with us tomorrow for another one.
Sounds good.
All right, take care, sugar. Same time tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. And again, if you're local or you want to talk about local stuff, please let me know. We're looking for more of that. And check out our local podcast networks, thehomishpodcast.com. All right, I guess that's all I have today. And all right, take care, everybody.